Coming to you live from the power of the internet. I guess, what? I steal intros now? I don't know why I open with that. I always thought that the intro, though, never made a lot of sense because, isn't it recorded? It's me. And, originally the plan for the thing today was it's going to be about films, movies. But as time would have it, it moves on a different fucking basis than everything else. I overshot the window and started to lean into something else. But I believe if you didn't grab people's attention the first couple of minutes, you're doomed. That's what people tell me. The algorithm. You didn't appease the algorithm. Fucking algorithms. Fucking hell, man. I don't know what to say. I'm going off track. I'm like a fucking 98-year-old man or something. What was I trying to say? Yeah, so originally the plan was movies, but it fucking I had to change everything because, things run really swiftly. It's like a tight-knit ship. You know what I mean? And today's all about that. It's relationships. Fucking save that boat. But happy Galentines Day. I was led to believe yesterday was Galentines Day. And it's about gals. Seagulls. Well, there's no fucking seagulls on this, but happy Valentine's Day. Unless, of course, you're sad and you're not in a relationship. But what I can't say tomorrow is that it's even better day for half-off terrible chocolates. Also, terrible choices are made today, such as having unprotected intercourse. And you know what they say, you can't, you can return a bad gift, but you can't return a baby. Or maybe you can. I've never tried. But what we have on the screen is quite relevant to... I saw these. I don't know who they are. But we're going to watch this clip because I've been led to believe that streaming's been watching clips. And it's on Instagram. Where they show your food and stuff. Sometimes they don't. I think because Bill Maher's on fucking Instagram now. So let me just... I'll click play and I will shut up.
Oh, now! This bitch. Stepping time, anime, stepping time. Get in there. Somebody did a TikTok of him and they were like, how are you staying fit at 99? And he's like doing his little mobility exercises. And I was like, bet I would. He's doing his little Pilates things. And I don't know, I just feel like he's still got it. Dick Van Dyke.
Now, to deconstruct what just happened there, because there's a lot of many fucking subterfuge layers at play here, but I don't want to mock, these wonderful ladies because, like, people always say, women can't be funny, it's a man's world or some shit. Look, I'm not up to date on the new terminology or whatever, but listen, ladies, I think women are funnier than everybody. I laugh harder at ladies, women, Some people call them females, it was just fucking weird, but I find them funnier than anyone. You know what I mean? But there's what I wanted to say about holy lord, these ladies really have it out for the fucking it's poppycock, the Dick Van Dyke, because remember he had the Dick Van Dyke show and he was doing his thing and whatnot. He was on Mary Pop. We're not gonna go into what. See, this is why I need a producer, because then we wouldn't go over schedule and stuff. This was meant to be about fucking movies today. But, holy fucking lord, guy's 99, there's women still fucking lusting over him, you know what I mean? Like, talk about, keep the clam shut, for heaven's sake. It's like, you can't even get away from them when you're that old. Because you're in the care home, and it's, 9 ladies to 1 man. Because we don't stand a fucking chance. But what was I going to say? Wanting to go out with a 99-year-old, Dick Van Dyke, That's like one to fuck a corpse. Look, I don't care how attractive Marilyn Monroe was, because no matter what you tell me, I'm not attracted to her now. Like, she's hot, but really, she's really, really cold now. So some girls, they get the plastic, they get fucking plastic injected into them. So not only are they damaging themselves, but they're also damaging the earth later, too. Look, I like a gal who has meat, got meat on them bones. I don't want a skeleton. And most importantly today, I think that self-love is the most important love of all. Some people call it narcissism, but if you think about it, you gotta hold it on for yourself. You gotta love yourself, because if someone else won't love you, then what have you got? Nothing. I myself, I late at night, I abuse myself. I just self-abuse. There's a laptop, I have my TV, an iPad, and my phone watches. But you know what? It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Why the fuck does every person say that? It's like, no shit. It's good to be wherever you are. As long as you're not in a fucking tight enclosed space in the earth, just holding on to a sliver of hope. People remember you said you wanted to go cave diving, was it? Your whole loving family's here and that. You don't want that? Into the most dangerous crevice there is? The devil's anus? Why would anyone go fucking there? I have no clue. But isn't it good to not be there and be here? Man, it feels good not to be in an anus. See, I get all my material from the Holy Atheist. No, but there's no better way of satisfying half the room. That's what I've been led to believe. But I had many a thing cooking, as they say. A lot of things going and turning and cogs and shit. So let's click something. Hopefully something will click. That isn't somebody's fucking hips. Can you see? Is there something on the thing? Okay, it is. Look, I can't figure out what to do. It's, it's old, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm supposed to be a fucking stalwart of this shit. It's easy, or it's hard. If it would fucking work. It's a great looking day. Chin up, boy. There's always plenty of stuff to do. But I had a dream the other day, so I did. Fucking Martin Luther King fucking thing. And in the dream, it's just the most alluring, most beautiful fucking woman I ever laid eyes to water, you know what I mean? Just like the most lovely looking woman ever, right? She's in my dreams, right? I fucking wake up and, the only problem is that, you fall in love with the woman in your dreams. She's in your fucking dreams. What the fuck are you gonna do? So that's me fucked. And I had some information to deliver. So 1986 was a year marked by major global tragedies and cultural shifts, most notably the Challenger space shuttle disaster and the Chernobyl nuclear catastrophe. It featured the return of Halley's Comet, the premiere of the Oprah Winfrey Show, the 1986 FIFA World Cup. So tell me this, what's better? Chernobyl nuclear catastrophe, the Challenger space shuttle, Oprah Winfrey Show. But as well as that, someone went to me and they said, look, do you have any Black History jokes? I'm like, Black History Month? Where's my Let me just look here. Where's my Black History joke? Black History Month joke. I'm like that guy on the right. Where's my... Look, there's nothing funny about Black History Month. You know, to some people, some sort of sick, twisted joke, you know? What the fuck? You know, the systematic tyranny at the hands of, you know, white people, men and women alike. It's like quite a dark and coloured history, full of pain and suffering. It's all a big fucking joke to the non-black folk. Using the word folk counts as history, you know, don't it? What about ice? Those fuckers. You know, they ice those fuckers and they make them cold, you know, like death. Ain't no ice jokes either. And then someone said it was wrong to compare the KKK to ice on national television here. I think it was on the radio. And then watched on your telephone. Look, it's wrong to compare the KKK to ice, you know, because fucking ice is worse. I don't even like it in my drink, you know, let alone whatever the fuck they're doing. Look, I don't want to remind you the horrors of life, because I'm not Mort Saul. Look, I just saw streamers, you know, being asked about their views on the current political, socio-economical, summit, climate change, human and ethical rights debate board, and what I really want to know is, you know, if they're against all that bad stuff, you know? That's all. Like, I saw someone and they were, like, listening like crazy on TikTok and they went, I am against homophobia, transphobia, sexism, racism, fascism, the patriarchy, religion, murder. Well, I mean, you know, of course, you know, you should be against those things, you know? You know, as human beings, have we sunk this low that, you know, the bar doesn't exist. Except for, you know, when you want to go fucking talking with some smart guy with his drink. For some reason, you get the smartest guys, you know, fucking drinking their heads off. Meanwhile, these other fuckers are on the internet fucking, I don't know, abusing themselves, I guess. But, you know, you should be against those things, you know what I mean? Look, you shouldn't have to state the obvious, but I'm led to believe if you say all those things, it means you're a good person. The only issue is, I killed someone last week. Not really, but just emotionally and mentally. They're alive, but not for long. My doctor, he tells me that they have they have chronic asshole syndrome, and they'll die an asshole. There's nothing I can do about it. But speaking of bad news, I have a thing. I have a thing. On a more cheery note, I have a thing. I now need to finish my my coffee. You know when I was coming into this this fucking joint, this stream or whatever, this fucking disgrace of a fucking thing, I fucking should have asked fucking AI what the fuck to do. I can never decide, you know, when you go on these fucking things, what to say and what to do. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the thing. I have a thing. So someone's driving up my fucking ass. Right, we're not bothering anybody, but now we get to see nothing. Ah, ocean coffee. Oh yeah. Now this is not funny, but I've been getting really into you know, the history. You know, that really, you know, he wasn't God's gift or anything, but people like to say his ideas, you know, fascinating. He's an ugly duck. He's an odd looking duck. He wasn't even a fucking duck at all, but people like to lead me to believe he was like he went to Argentina or something. He's still alive. And of course I'm talking about Adolf, Mr. Adolf Hitler. And you know, people said he's misunderstood, and you know, he actually had a good thing that he wanted to do. So I go and do some digging, you know. I go watching, and I go on and find the truth, you know. I go to YouTube. I type in, is Hitler bad? And you know, for some people he say he was good. For some people he say he was bad. But I'm gonna always remember him as the guy who killed Hitler. But no, seriously, apart from that, I was watching this documentary, and it was on the WW2, and you know, that was I wasn't even born then yet. You can't believe that all these atrocities, all these horrible things, like one of the interviews of one of these guys, he was like, so why is it that you joined the National Socialist Party? And the guy was like, well, we're down. He had more of a German voice. Let me see. I can't even think of how he sounded. But we'll skip over that detail for now. He goes, unemployment was long. It was hard, you know. People unemployed and nothing to do with themselves but build boats. And they go off into the yonder the sea. And maybe he sounds like Peter Hitchens or something. But what was I trying to say? The problem with the Volksstaat is we got the unemployment rate fixed. People were desperate, you know. It was join the National Social Party or starve. And we offered them soup and bread. And they joined like hotcakes. He didn't say that. But what was very interesting about the whole like joining it thing was, you know, people, it's like, it's just people with no jobs or something. And they're hungry, you know what I mean? And you'll do anything if you're hungry. But what was very interesting is the Autobahn, which is the motorways. They built those, the unemployed people built those. Which is interesting. You're building something that people are going to use, which was actually part of fucking Hitler's killing machine. You were the right arm or the left leg or left hand of Hitler. And even then, back then, they had, you know, left and right. Back in my day, that used to mean, you're a left-hander. Now it doesn't mean that. But I'm sidetracked. The point I'm trying to make is that at one point in the documentary, I just kind of started, not even listening to what was going on. Because when everything starts to blur into like a mush, there's a lot of black and grey. A lot of black and grey going on in the documentary. And I'm trying to remember what else fucking happened in it. What happened in World War II anyway? Well, anyway, that's not important. The important bit is that like they try to humanize him. You know, like, oh, there's more to him. Here he is with a dog. You know, Adolf and dog. Then you had Adolf and children. You know what I mean? And then after that, they had Adolf with friends. And I was like, I fucking didn't know David Schwimmer, you know, dates back, you know, all the way there. No, but I'm not trying to say that. But there was one point in the documentary they said, you know, you go to these political rallies, and there was fucking millions, you know, of women, you know, this woman interviewed, and she said, there's millions of women screaming his name, you know, we love you, Adolf, we love you, Hitler, we're big fucking fans of you, like, you know, at like a concert. And then meanwhile you hear him, he's like, fucking the most hateful fucking shit. You couldn't even understand the fucking guy. But apart from that, what else? I'm trying to... Yeah, they interview a guy after that, and then they said to him, so what was the allure of the man? Like, it's like, well, he was supposedly a really great public speaker. And but, you know, for the first 15 minutes, you know, he's fucking dead. Just fucking nothing, you know. It took him 15 minutes to get up to speed, you know, energy. So that's the thing I forgot to say that I was trying to remember. And I had to go through some really harsh and horrible details of the German war machine. German war machines aside, today's Valentine's Day, isn't it? Oh boy. How do we get away from this? This is not looking good. But on a cheery note, there was this thing I saw. This horrible thing where, you know, this guy has only a 7-second memory, and you know they play for him a video of his wife on loop, so he doesn't forget who she is. But anyway, after about 7 seconds, you know, the horrible thing is there's this guy and he has only a 7-second memory, and they play for him a video of his wife so he doesn't forget who she is. Well, anyway, I imagine he's like, who the fuck is that? Oh yeah, it's Georgia. I've seen her maybe thousands, if like millions of times now. Keep showing me the same fucking video again and again. But let's not let any of that stuff bog me down. But are you all into matcha? What it is it's a drink, but it tastes of grass. You know, it's supposed to be good for you, and if you drink it, I'm pretty sure you are immortal. Whereas I don't know why I do this, but every morning I get up, I get my Rice Krispies, I put Nutella on them, and you know those health studies are always saying? Nutella, it goes well with Rice Krispies. There's no health studies on this particular thing, but you'll see, you know, people in like their hundreds, you know, these centenarians, your Dick Van Dykes. Also, those ladies earlier on said he was 99. Look, I don't want to cast judgment or anything, but don't they realize he's 100? He's going to be 101 this year. Would you believe it? And they make fun of him because he does his exercise to stay alive. Look, they can lust after him all they fucking wants, you know, shriveled. Like, no one wants to be sucking a shriveled old man's cock. I mean, some would, you know, for all various reasons. But listen, you get to 100, you know, you can do whatever the fuck you like. And, but anyway, you meet a 100-year-old, you know, they're called a super ager now. And they'll say something crazy like, I used to have a bottle of Jack Daniels and 20 packs of cigarettes for breakfast every day. That's my old man voice. It's not aged enough. I'm trying. You know, meanwhile then, he can't even fucking go to the bathroom. Raisins. The man should be eating raisins. Don't you want to fucking live forever? What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, memory. Let me tell you I'm going to tell you a memory of mine. Here is an authentic memory of, but did you ever notice, like, you try to remember something and every time you remember it, it just fucking gets more and more different from the last time? It's like when you're trying to read a book and, did she have a white top or a black top? Then after a while you stop caring what fucking color top she has, and then all of a sudden she's naked and she has no clothes, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can we go back to when she had clothes? For heaven's sake. Some grace and fucking decorum here. It's just fucking filthy. And then with AI, you know, people's biggest fear is if they, you know, AI can you can take clothes off people and all this. And that's interesting, everything, but I remember my friend years ago in school would go, you see her, you know, Mrs. Bobbington? Like, yeah, what about Mrs. Bobbington? Imagine her with no clothes on. Like, oh, I don't want to fucking imagine that. And like, this was years ago, you know, this is before AI, whereas things are different now, you know, you can actually see Mrs. Bobbington without her clothes off, and it's not as good as, you know, you imagine it to be. Isn't it crazy? But what I want to get back to is my memory, yes. So here's our authentic memory of mine. Because you remember those memory cards on the PS2? It says 8 MB. You know, it says on it, you know, that was considered good, you know, back then. If you had 8 MB on it, and without one you couldn't save your game. So I'd have to play the game and then I'd leave it on overnight, and then I get caught and they switch it off. Because like the reason they'd say is like, oh, if you leave it on all night, you know, it could catch on fire, flames, like will burn asunder the whole house, and then we'll be left destitute, homeless. We'll die in a smoldering fucking inferno. So anyway, that's what I had to do. Otherwise, I'd lose all my progress in my game of Crash Bandicoot. But I feel like that's what like life, you know, really is. You know, you think everything makes sense and everyone knows, you know, everything there is to know. But you know, you ever wake up and you load your save that is your life, and then you got to continue whatever the fuck the other guy did. You're like, I don't remember saving it here. Now I look in the mirror and I just see a more decrepit, sad man. And also he needs a shave. Holy fuck, and there's more grays, and you just look into your own eyes and you go, what the fuck happened? But what was I trying to say? Yeah, the continuity is hazy. You know, because the loading screen of your life is like this weird, you know, jumbled mess called dreams. You know, when you wake up, you know, the light comes in your life, and you feel happy, you know? But as the day goes on, things happen, or, you know, people tell you bad things, and it slowly makes you more and more miserable. Because realistically, you don't have a lot of choice, you know, in your life, you know? You get to choose what color socks you have, but you need a job, and then you have to go to your job, and, you know, we're always somebody's footstool, you know what I mean? We're just the footstool of someone bigger than us. We're a slave, we're always somebody's master. We're always some slave to someone's master, you know? But, what was I gonna say? Until you can, you know, you become more and more, like, cynical, you know, more miserable, until you can't take it anymore, and you go to sleep, and you repeat it again. And then you're happy again in the morning, and it repeats. And then, from this, you're supposed to say, oh, it all makes sense. No, you could be a totally different person from the day before, and just start going by, like, a new name, like Ralph or something. You know, everyone knows, who, and then everyone you meet, you know, everyone that knows you will go, what the fuck? You call yourself Ralph? But you're Steve. You can't be Ralph. Because it conflicts with what, you know, makes sense to them, you know? To other people, you're but like to new people, you're Ralph. So, you know, this idea, you know, you say who you are every day, you know, it's fake, it's made up, it's propaganda. But people feel trapped by who they think they are. It's just, we're more than skin and bones. And some people think it's a good idea to look fucking gaunt like a skeleton, you know, just go on those weight loss drugs. Look, I'm not convinced that Coke Zero is better than the real McCoy, you know, the real Coke. And, what was I gonna say? I did learn something, and this is not something I wanted to learn, but, I'll tell you now anyway. So, this guy, Peter Hitchens, he's going on about how he doesn't like Stephen Fry. And he's like, it just appeared on my phone, I don't know how it did. Well, I watch videos on my phone now. As it should be, you know, watching the movies on your telephone. So Peter Hitchens is talking, I'm like, who's fucking Peter Hitchens? And I look him up, and he's some author or something. So he's like, the thing is, I don't like Stephen Fry. He's also very upstanding, you know, posh sounding kind of guy. The thing, at my brother's memorial, he pursued me, you know, I denounced him. So, according to Peter Hitchens, you know, he was lusting, Stephen Fry was around every corner, just like peeking behind the bushes, just trying to look at his, you know, tight, beautiful fucking asshole or something. But, you know, just looking for his balls. But, according to Stephen Fry, and I wrote it down on my phone because, it was quite, this is from years ago. Is that why they call it the West End? It's talking about someone's fucking behind or something? So here it is. So Peter Hitchens, he said he denounced him, and he's like, I kept shuffling away, but he kept coming closer. It was like this encounter. And this is what Sir Stephen of the Fry said this. Walker, how do you do Stephen Fry? He's very QI. I'll try my best. I'm no Stephen Fry. It's like one of those audiobooks, you get it and you're like, it's Stephen fucking Fry? Walker concludes his vicious little paragraph firstly by telling an outright lie that I buttonholed my dear friend Christopher Hitchens' brother at the luncheon after Christopher's memorial service in New York. Not true. I'm losing my voice at this. I could see Peter Hitchens in the doorway of the Waverley Inn, standing utterly alone, as he does intellectually, morally, and socially amongst his brother's friends. And, taking pity, I've lost my I just came up to chat. That's better. It's more like Winston Churchill. He responded so rudely, so vilely, and with such a lack of human decency that I couldn't but tweet at the extreme difference between two products of the same parents. Probably a misjudgment on my part. I make many, but then Peter Hitchens is proportionally as joyless and unlovable a person as so his deeply missed brother was joyful and lovable, and I was upset at such charmless rudeness. And I freely admit, a little drunk, which is just what Christopher would have wanted me to be. And then, this has nothing to do with my terrible Stephen Fry impression, but this guy called Anthony Perkins says, Stephen Fry is a cad and a bounder. He's a shower, an absolute shower. He's a charlatan. I added that. He's not a... What the fuck is a shower anyway? I wouldn't know that. Never heard a shower as an insult. Showering someone with gifts? That's what I do. Fuck me, I would love some pasta right now. I fucking love some fucking lovely ragu or something. That sounds delightful. But my fucking memory fucking thing. I think my memory's fucking good. The point is, there was a point. That's what I love is when I do these streams, I'll have someone go, "What was the fucking point?" He just rants or something, he rambles, and not every conversation has to have a fucking point. You ever talk to your friend? If you have friends, you can get them at McDonald's now. But iced tea, he does iced tea. I remember back in the old days when Ice-T was a rapper. Jesus, they're all out. They're all out tonight. Some nice Japanese slippers. But I think the point I was trying to make is it's best not to overthink things. But you know what's really interesting, which I like to keep up with the news, is over in Japan. You know they're voting in this lady. She's like she bases all of her founding knowledge on Margaret Thatcher. You know, the Iron Lady. People love her for some reason, her fucking massive bird hair. And what kind of startled me is that she's not even made of fucking iron. But also, why would you want to base, you know, everything you like over her anyway? It's the most detested woman of all history, you know what I mean? But for some reason, people over there fucking like her. And so anyway, there was this guy and he went over to Japan, and when he landed there, he goes, I thought I'd be the only white guy. There's just white guys everywhere. The place is full of fucking white guys. And, you know, they're protesting just like no more immigrants. You know, we don't want the those illegal immigrants over here. You know, fucking beat it. And it's very strange because, you know, everywhere you go, you know, it's like fucking British... You know, when the Brits, they go on holiday to Spain, it's like, my god, there's fucking... What? There's so much immigrants. Well, you need to get the fuck out of here, man. They're always at the shoreline looking for their big boats or something. It's very odd. But I just found it strange how, like, the cornerstone of her whole political campaign is, like, get rid of these fucking immigrants. Meanwhile, Japan is, like, the most, like... It's like the tourist destination number one. But let's not talk about the Iron Lady. We have more pressing, you know, issues. Like, for instance, there's this one, you know, Jerry Einstein. You know what you can learn from what's his name? Yeah, Jerry Einstein. The guy with the island, or was it islands? Yeah, they released millions of pages of his files. You know. You know what you should learn from that is you should have deleted his browser history. Look, if you're going to do fucking terrible things, what you should do is leave a massive enough trail of everything you ever did. Then kill yourself so people talk about you for years to come. Fucking talk about selfish. And then most people, you know, when most people are suicidal, they only leave a fucking single note. And some people are only one note. But I think that's a notes fucking... We're not talking about the whole notes thing. But take note on this. The thing is, you know, it never seems to get old, you know, much like him. But every day I wake up, you know, here, what was the news say? Shocking new reveal. And I'm like, is it really shocking? After 1,000th time? You know, maybe the 1,006th time, you know, might shock you, but I don't know if you've read all 3 million pages, but you know, I have a life, you know, I got a life to get back to. I don't have the time to go through all 3 million pages worth of stuff, of horrible stuff. What I can say and what people want to hear is, you know what to do, because you know, I think about him because you have people who are listen. You have people who are on his side, and you know, have people who are on the other side and they're against him. And you got people on one side that like him, and you got people on the other side who hate him. But I'm gonna remember him as the guy who killed Jeffrey Epstein. Look, I'm kind of lost. There's so much like information to take in these days that I've forgotten what it means to play a game and fucking stream it. I'm stuck here. So what the fuck am I meant to be doing?
Tom.
Hi!
You're looking good.
Hey, yo!
No thanks.
What's my mission? What the fuck am I meant to be doing in this? I'm looking for my father or something, but he's dead. No, I'm looking for the guy who killed my fucking father. What am I on about? Yeah, don't forget to get your bouquet for tomorrow. If yesterday was Galentines Day, I thought it was fucking Gallows Day or something, like you get fucking beheaded or something. Fucking Gallows Day would be fucking worse, I tell you. But I feel like that guy over there. See him? I had something really worth telling, and I forgot what it was over the Stephen Fry stuff and all the other stuff. Oh yeah, you know, people have been coming to me and they've been saying, "Oh look, did you hear that Michael Jackson? You know, he's not in the files. You know, actually." What he was doing, you know, when he had those sleepovers and he had the children with him, you know, in the bed, what he was actually doing is he was, shielding them. He was covering them. He was defending them from the real, the real predators. I was like, that's what he was doing. He was defending them. So, we had it wrong. You know, he wasn't, bringing children to sleep with them. You know, for some reason, why their clothes are on the floor or whatever. He was actually defending them, and nobody knew about it. I remember Robin Williams or something had this joke in one of his sets, but here's my joke about it, because apparently Robin Williams stole a load of jokes or something, but I'm not gonna steal his joke. But I remember I have a joke that is similar, because he was in a thing. You'll see it when I get to it. What I want to say is, if you ever come across an island that is predominantly covered in children, you know, kids, it's best you never land. It's a Michael Jackson joke. But when he was in the bed or something, you know, when the people go like, Michael, you can't be in the bed with the kids. You go, well, just beat it then. Why don't you just beat it? That's what they do. Yeah, and like the last thing I want to say is, but this Jeffrey Epstein fucker, you know, I see him more now than my own kids. Look, there's too much to take in. I'm gonna go sleep it all off. My head's done in. I've lost my train of thought and what I came here to actually. We're supposed to be talking about films. You know, movies. I've strayed off the course. Let me look at my magic phone, and the phone will let me get back on track. Oh yeah. I remembered something. You know how it's like Black History Month? Someone told me, and I learned today, it's not only Black History Month. It's the the LGBT community. You know the community. It's also it's that month, and they fly their flag, you know, next to all the other national flags that there is. It must be annoying trying to update those fucking flags every couple of months to add everything else onto it. Because they like every single person there is, except for straight people. But I'm not here to talk to you about that. You know, people like to make accusations, say, but isn't it crazy that the gay people, stole the 1 month that, belonged to the black people? Like, the only fucking month they get, stolen.
Hello?
Ryo,
I'm the invisible
Nozomi,
man.
what's up?
I want to talk to you about something.
Yes.
Can we meet?
Yeah.
At Sakuragaoka Park? I'll be waiting.
Alright.
Is this a once-in-a-lifetime event? Well, there I actually am. Happy Galentines Day, I guess. I wasn't expecting this.
Ryo,
Let's let it play out.
Nozomi, what's the matter?
sorry to call you out.
It's okay.
I had to talk with you alone.
This coffee tastes like
But
shit.
with all the problems you've been having,
Tell me fucking
Is
about
it
it.
so important?
for me, yes. Do you have time to talk?
Is there an
Yes,
option to say
but-
yes or no?
I can't stay long.
I know. You see,
You're CIA?
I'd wanted to wait until things settled down before I told you.
She's CIA.
But I can't wait any longer. I just can't
You're gay?
hold it in. I'm sorry.
Someone told me Miriam Margoyles or something.
That's
She's
only-
gay. It doesn't make any sense. I thought she was a lesbian.
It's about my feelings for you, but
This is the right moment.
if I don't tell you now, I feel like I'll miss my chance to...
I don't want to ruin such a
Has
fucking
something
good
happened?
moment.
Last night, my mom called from Canada. My father is insisting that I return.
You're Canadian?
So you're leaving soon.
What?
I don't know when, but I can't go without letting you know how I feel.
Her hair is segmented like an orange.
I know.
Huh?
How is that even fucking possible?
But right now, I don't really know how I feel.
It's very awkward. I feel like a
I
fucking cook
understand.
watching this.
When you're ready, tell me.
I will.
Third wheeler.
I'm sorry I called you out.
This was a
Nozomi?
fantastic conversation.
Don't forget to say goodbye.
Hmm.
See you.
What the fuck just happened? You know, in the middle of that, I had something interesting to actually say, and now I've completely forgotten what that thing was. I think I'll just go to bed. Forget I even fucking thought of saying it. Oh great, let me look at... Yeah, it's time to check the news. 8:06. Her feelings. Fucking hell, what was that thing I wanted to talk about? Was the orange? Something with fucking... I started talking about a fucking orange. I don't know why.
I should be grateful.
I wish I was a fucking robot, because then I remember what the fuck I was talking about. I truly have a 7-second memory, you know? Oh, it's a brilliant day. So my mission... I don't know. To look for something anyway. The Chinese lad. A letter written in Chinese. I got that done, didn't I? Who the fuck is this? He's more dressed for the weather than I am. Barber and hair salon. Those Japanese. I have to blend in. Become one of the common folk. Just walking around town like this. I never liked when you got when your jeans got wet, and especially at the bottom, you know, with your shoes. I fucking hate that. I have no. We'll have to ask this fucking lady and ask her what to do.
It's closed.
She opens in like an hour. I'll come back in an hour's time and sort it out. Or get a brochure. Get a leaflet. It's 47 minutes. You know, I'm entitled to take a performer's break. 15-minute break. A good idea might be to take a break now and come back after the break. Either we take a break or I break. How the fuck did I get to talking about a fucking segmented orange? I like the sound of this place. This is a fantastic spot. Look at the... You can see the lice in his hair. His gelled hair. Yeah, I want to talk about films and all that. I'll get back. I'll get back to you. Where's the be right back? You can watch this guy hard at work. You know, he loves his work and his job, and he's got his pencil or his pen, or I don't even know. He's got a pen or something. Fucking can't even speak today. Stumbling. But yeah, watch him while you know, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Hello, we are back. Fucking sound like those horse racing, oh, those horse commentators or something, or at the dog track. And we are back, ready to go. He comes at the first gate, and now with the second. We got a daring in the first. We got a lucky Tuesday. We got lucky Tuesday coming up in the second, and then we have a gold dandelion or something. We got the golden dandelion followed up by fucking I don't know, plant. But I'm not here to do that shit. I wanted to say something because I think I've had enough of a break, because I'm not like all those other streamers where they need like a fucking they start eating their food. They eat their food really fucking loud as well towards they're close to the mic. It's fucking vile, it's fucking disgusting. Why would they do that? But I was reminded with this guy working, because I try to be a workhorse. At least I try to be a workhorse. Let's stop talking about fucking horses, you know what I mean? Fucking horse shit. What I will tell you, which is not horse shit, is for some reason on the side of, you know, when you're watching on YouTube, for the side part or whatever, for some reason, what keeps on popping up for me, and like I've no intention of ever watching it, like ever. Yeah, YouTube thinks that I really want to watch Liam Neeson has AIDS. And it doesn't matter, like, you know, how many different videos I watch, my side thing, it's always there. Like, I have no intention whatsoever of watching it. It's like haunting me. I guess people really want to see that he has AIDS. So, I finally gave in, and, you know, I go to watch it, and, he fucking doesn't even have it. But now I'm seeing him, like, everywhere. Like, he was on the TV, you know, the other night, and, long before that, the film, you know, Darkman, that was on. You know, Sam Raimi. And I kept getting reminded of the video. And I always thought, like, you know, fucking Darkman. It's not even dark at all. He looks like the Invisible Man. And that's only when he wears, like, the bandages. Wasn't it crazy that fucking Darkman was actually Schindler from Schindler's List? See, we're on the right topic, because we're going to be talking about films, movies, the big time. Small guy from Ireland ended up being a smash hit, like Pierce Brosnan. What was I trying to say? Yeah. Anyway, the fucking clip of him with AIDS. Like, also, what a poor title of a name, you know, Darkman, you know, featuring Liam Neeson. So anyway, who wants to know if you know... What the fuck am I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the video. So YouTube, for some reason or other, is just like, I just want to let you know that Liam Neeson has AIDS. It's being shared all the time on the web. The World Wide Web. I had something here I'd written down in case I forgot. Yeah, here's a thing from... This is just proof to you that I don't necessarily, you know, I was told before, you just come up with the, you know, how come everything you do is like, is it scripted or is it pre-planned or something? That's what I was told by my cousin or something. He goes, this is pre-planned. And he goes, well, the only thing I ever know is the fucking past. I don't know you know, you can't tell the future, and all I know is the past. Like, what type of fucking question is that? The only thing I've ever known is the past. So I can only tell you things that I knew that existed, you know? But, I was watching this clip, and, it's a really old, you know the show Crocodile Dundee? Well, he's on a high-rise building or something, and he's on, like, the ledge, and there's this guy in a suit, like this guy here, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I can take it anymore, I'm gonna jump. And then fucking, what does he see? You know, corner of his eye, is Crocodile Dundee. You know, he's dressed with the cap, and he's got like was it shark teeth or crocodile teeth or whatever on his hat and his clothes. And he's like, "G'day, mate. How can I help you?" And he just like he fucking says, like, if it's not jarring enough that a guy dressed like that is up on a high rise with his cowboy boots, he also goes, "Go on then, jump." It's just like, what? If you don't believe me, look up Crocodile Dundee skyscraper or something. It's really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. But I just thought it was, you know, from the guy who's you know, the guy in the suit, he must have been like, what the fuck? The guy that's gonna talk me down from killing myself is fucking Crocodile Dundee. But anyway, I've written down here as well, people who get relationship advice from AI, whatever that means. What I do know is like, how can you get like a good relationship advice from a robot? Especially your phone. Fucking thing doesn't even have arms. You know? Let alone anything sexual. You know? Sorry, I'm fucking imploding. But what the fuck was I even gonna say with that? Some people have relationships with AI, which doesn't make any sense. Thing's not even fucking real. Let me try and spruce things up. I want to edit this thing. Here's my graphic. Does that suit? It looks fucking fine, I guess. Spelled it right. We run on a shoestring budget. But let me tell you, this reminds me, there was this Asian guy, right? This is the last thing about Valentine's Day I'll say. This Asian guy, and he's Chinese. He's going out with this American, and she goes, you know, what I love about him most is his beautiful, perfect eyes. And he goes, I love that she is clearly a big fat pig. You know, because they revere pigs there. Yeah, well, it turns out the problem is she cheated on him. So now he says, where I get big fat pig for free now? You know? What a thing to say about a man, though. What you love most about him is his fucking eyes. People, see, what people think is racist is actually like what you say without meaning, you know? Something like that. Just like, why in God's name would you ever say something like that? It's ridiculous. And she calls him Asian. He doesn't even know he's from China. And then here's a common thing that is usually said is you know, they say it's a bad like racial like Chinaman. But what it really means is just is man from China. It's not that bad at all if you think about it. But anyway, we're back. See, I'm back with a new segment for the movie goers, movie watchers. Some of you refer to yourselves as cinephiles, but during these tumultuous and unsure times, people declare, you know, the unspeakable. The Tarantino foot rubbers amongst you. I was flicking through the movie listings of the year, and I've noted them down. Where's my pen? To let you know with the sound, I actually have a pen. You hear this? It's not one of those clicky pens. There's proof. So I've written down stuff, and we're going to go through them. Look, one of the movies is, I wonder what the Millennium movie's going to be about. But like, if in the first 20 minutes, you know, I don't get scared, and there's no monster, I'm leaving. It's also being promoted by the president himself. So like, if it doesn't do well, then you can say goodbye to films. There. Iron Lung released on the same day from stalwart and pioneer YouTuber Markiplier. It's my understanding, if you if you vape, I think they'll put you in an iron lung. This guy's very he's impatient. He's get back to the list. See, everything is a distraction from this list. People like lists now, don't they? Let me go through my list again. So back to the films. I got on a wee tangent there. We got Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Michael, which is Michael Jackson, and this is a $155 million budget. Michael Jackson, I can't even say his name. Michael Jackson was in fact not immortal, but he was immoral. I was led to believe. Star Wars, Floridian and Groggy Grogu. They're still making them. We have The Dreadful, The Wait, The Shitheads, Digger, Toy Story 5, Werewolf, and they spelled it wrong, and Fokker and Law. Why are all these, and then most of these other films, you know, why are they all so, they're all so fucking old? Wuthering Heights. Yeah, I saw that they were advertising Wuthering Heights. Look, I didn't fucking know we were in the, like, valedictorian Victorian times. Like, what's fucking next? Wolfgang Amadeus the movie? That fucking guy? All these movies are fucking years old. Also, we got a biopic. You know what a biopic is? It's all these movies of these late but dead celebrities, which sounds just delightful. They've got a movie, The Beatles, and half them fuckers are alive, played by a bunch of Irish guys. Barry Keoghan and Paul Mescal. But listen, yeah, movies are great because, you know, they're a distraction from, you know, your life, you know? But who really wants to see a film about some fox you already know everything about? Bring back giant gorillas hitting people and lizards. Oh yeah, that's remakes. We're fucking out of ideas. There's no ideas at all. Oh yeah, Melania the movie is out in cinemas now. And some people are hoping it wins Best Foreign Film at the awards. And here we have more upcoming films. Crying 101 with Mark Ruffalo. I guess it's for people who don't know how to cry or something. Wasn't he the fucking Hulk? What makes me sad is he's not fucking the Hulk, he's Mark Ruffalo. And also another, this is a new movie, Hamnet. The fuck is Hamnet? It's fucking tastes, is it a ham omelette? Shakespeare? I try to understand those Shakespearean fucking plays, you know, Macbeth and, you know, something about he can't wash his hands or something. And a lot of it doesn't even make fucking sense. It's all in like weird English. He goes, do you speak English? You go, yeah. And then they go, no, this is ye old English. I'm like, oh fuck, what's ye old English? And it's like, it's English, but you don't understand. But, you know, this movie, Hamnet, it's a movie for the intellectuals and the gays. You probably think both are one and the same, but one enjoys digesting books. The other I won't say. What I will say is there's no ham in the whole thing. What you must realize about plays is, you know, they're quite serious, even the ones where a man plays a tree. Because they could have easily made it without the man in it, but how often do you see a tree with a face? Every single day if you're on that leaf. But, you know, so with the plays anyway, they have to remain in the world of the play. You know, it's completely, you know, isolated from what goes on in the real world. When clearly, you know, there's people in the audience, like, you know, falling asleep, you know, or farting, or, you know, they're trying to record the thing so they can fast forward the bad parts, which is the whole thing, later. You know, but what will happen is sometimes is you'll have them, they'll do a scene and then someone will clap or laugh or like cough. There's nothing worse than a cough. You know, sometimes a person will approach the stage and they're holding their phone, and they'll want to take it like, here's me and the actor in Daniel Radcliffe. Look, he's in a play. There's me and Daniel Radcliffe. And I don't like that one bit. But you ever hear of this one? It's Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. All I can say about that is you couldn't have a straighter performance than that. You know, his brothers are jealous that Joseph has this rainbow-colored coat, and they tear it up. Then later on, it's not so funny because there's rape and slavery and all that. But there you go. That's I didn't mean to spoil the play or anything for you, but that's what happens. Nothing better than it's like I think it's a religious movie or something. Rainbows. Rainbows aren't just for gay people, you know, they're for everyone. People like to think a rainbow is, you know, it's been hijacked. Remember when the rainbows didn't mean you like a man coming into your asshole? Remember that? I think I'm straight off the topic of films, of movies, which is a shame. We don't have much else to fucking go on here, do we? My fucking eye is itching. It's time for jokes! I'm gonna put up a thing. It's time for the jokes. Look. I couldn't prepare everything. But let's get back to the important stuff. The game has been exhilarating and fantastic as it is. I always love this game. There's not a newer game in the biz, and I just got reminded that I only got the one life, and I chose to play this fucking thing. Could have been playing Ark Raiders, is it? But anyway, this is a no burnt peanut. This isn't a burnt peanut fucking thing. My fucking eye is fucking burning into my fucking skull. I need to do my jokes. Here, well, I've got a couple of things which I'll leave you with this. One of my favorite Stephen Hawking memories was when he threw a party for time travelers. And my least favorite Stephen Hawking memory was the one where he went to a party for minors. My god. Yeah. 2 surgeons were banned over the death of an Israeli billionaire during his penis enlargement surgery. In their defense, they said there was nothing to work with. Okay, here's one. This is a more this is more of a modern thing. This one. If you ever see something traumatic, neuroscience has proven that playing a round of Tetris, yes, really, will stop your brain from writing a memory of that thing. It's very useful to regulate your nervous system if you see something you don't want to. But if you're a dog, however, you're bone out of luck. Fuck. What do you do if, you know, fucking Tetris is your traumatic fucking memory? You can't just keep playing Tetris the whole fucking part of your life. I remember when it was much easier to find the love of your life before the apps. You just marry the first pair of legs you saw in a pub called Martha. However, it was much harder getting rid of them once the top half started to talk and you couldn't block them. Okay, next one. Here's more. I'd say this is more of an up-to-date kind of one compared to the last one. Looks maxing may be the trend amongst the youth today. However, what happened to the trend of rich guys trying to look like celebrities? So far, no one is willing to sculpt their head like those weird statues found on Easter Island. A bunny told me that's where Elon gets his iconic look. Well, there you go. Here's another, this is a celebrity one. Jonah Hill's weight loss. Looks like things are going from Jonah Hill to downhill fast. It's more of a comment than a joke. The French government has sent letters to every household who are 29 years old to remind them to have babies. The French were dubious about the notion, however my suspicion is it may have something to do with the declining popularity of Pepe Le Pew. If you know him. Call me sexist, but during a life or death situation, that old bitch Alexa ain't been carried out of the house during the high tides that engulf what remains of my dormer bungalow. She can scream all she likes, I can't seem to hear that. I know she's listening right now, but what can she do about it? She ain't got no legs to run away. Here's you like comic books? You like comic books? Absolute Batman released its latest issue, number 16, and critics are calling it a masterclass in storytelling, or as die-hard Batman fans will call it, absolute dog shit. There you go, and if you like Batman, or don't. To celebrate LGBTQ History Month, many get together to have a big orgy. The only problem is it coincides with Black Cock Awareness Month. It's hard to fit that in. A speed running joke. This is the pace I want. When searching for tips on how to beat Final Fantasy VII fast, always make sure it's on the right page and not on gianttits.com. It does, however, help you achieve an erection in record time. It's easy to type tits instead of tips by mistake. For some people, that's their Final Fantasy. Do you remember petitions? Well, here you go. This one's from 2015. R. Kelly fans petition to change the US national anthem to Ignition. We should bring that back. I'm not one for deportations, however, I think we all collectively can agree to give Justin Bieber a one-way ticket to one of his own concerts. I remember the more simple and honest days where the worst thing that happened in Minneapolis was Larry Craig crawling under the bathroom stall to say hello. And we're getting near to the bottom. I knew people were liars when they brought out them hoverboards and I was presented a wonky Segway with wheels that don't go straight. The future is broken! Remember hoverboards? Fucking don't even hover at all. Listen, we got what was it, more? We got one more. I know it's wrong for people to attack each other. However, it is kind of fun to watch two heavyweight ladies box and kick the shit out of each other all over a ring. Plus, if my one wins, I get 5 big ones. And that does it for the jokes. Fucking hell. Can we get back to all this? Fucking jokes were fucking terrible. Get back to the normal stuff. Fuck me, I need to plan a trip to Japan to forget all that shit. Somebody's in the shop now. Oh no, it doesn't even move. I'll pick out a brochure and travel away.
Sorry, I'm in a big hurry. I see.
Right, sir. I want to leave. I got fortune. Fortune is coming. Fortune beckons, or whatever. I'll try next time to have a bit more, less serious topics, you know, on this thing, on stream. I was led to believe that, you know, streamers are the fucking foremost pioneers of political, socio-economical progress or some shit. I don't know. The stalwarts. They know everything. Where I get my
Welcome
news.
to Lapis. I've been expecting you.
Is that a Jewish star? Are you fucking Jewish? I'm only joking. I love the Jewish people.
Excuse me?
You seem troubled.
I am.
Shall I read your fortune then? It's 300 yen per reading.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, please.
Well, what type of reading would you like?
Give me the clue. Gambling would be good
Please
too.
tell me a clue.
Do the gambling one instead. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pick the
I
gambling
cannot
one.
yet see a new path for you.
I see.
Shall I do another reading for you?
I will do another.
Yes, please.
Well, what type of reading would you like?
I think you know.
Please tell me the gamble.
Very well. Aha, I can see it now.
Fucking everything's a gamble.
The number which will lead you to victory is
7.
5.
Fucking 5.
Yes.
I see.
She took my fucking money
Shall
over
I do
this.
another reading for you?
Oh, a load of shit.
No, thank you.
Well then, please come
Scammed.
again when you seek guidance.
I will. Goodbye.
She fucking took all my money? Well, she didn't take all my money. She might as well have taken all my money. I don't feel richer at all. I feel like poorer because she didn't give me any knowledge or anything. If I make eye contact with her, she's gonna hate me. Oh, I'll talk to Nozomi. The only Japanese I fucking know is, I don't want to say it. It's not even worth it. I am clueless as to where to go. I can look it up. What if I turned the game off and I looked it up later on? I have one thing. Well, go back to the. I want to go back to that shop with the cool music. That seems like a great idea. The travel shop. Okay, luckily enough, he closes at 8 o'clock. Let me tell you this. It's a kind of an old-timey thing, so forgive me if I muddled the details or anything, okay? But first, let me get settled in my chair. So anyway, there's this prospector, and he's lonely, you know. He's got nothing. You know, they lurk and they work long dredging hours throughout the day. They're down in the mines, these prospectors. And he's like, they feel lonely, you know? There's no one but them down in them caves. So this prospector Bill is like, well, the thing about me is I'm Prospector Bill. And look, there's not much down in the mines except sometimes you see a vein, you think you see a bit of gold. You think you see a bit of gold, and it turns out to be nothing but a bit of rock. It's grueling, and you want to come up here to the saloon and you speak your mind on things, you know. And there's this new kid that came in. This new kid come to town. He tried prospecting, you know, and he said, is there any women around these parts, you know? So there's no women around these parts. You feel lonely like myself? Well, between me and you, I got this thing as this old gal. She does the job pretty. She's not pretty or nothing, but she be one of them fine-looking pigs, you know. You know, put lipstick on her or perfume, and she does just fine, you know. She does just fine, just saying, you know. And then, you know, weeks turn to months, and then months into, I think it'd be like a year or two. So there's no ladies in this town. And after a while, the prospector, you know, he's still lonely, you know, something deep within him. He's not, you know, there's something that only a woman's touch can give that, you know, the beast cannot. So then the new kid on the block is like, well, I say, well. If it isn't Bill the Prospector, when I came to this town long ago, I had not a woman with me. And I had my problems, I had my foibles, I had a ding dong, god dang it. Dang 'em, I thought I was broke. And everybody knows, as you and I know, that we have to get our fill somewhere or another. And so I want to ask you is, Bill, where is old Maggie anyway? Well, the thing is, she was over my place. I had her for lunch. Fucking hell.